everyone! Many of you have been asking me how am I able to study for long hours and generally be very productive? Well, in today's video, I will be sharing with you guys my tips and tricks on how you can study longer and be more productive. So, let's get started. So my first tip is to build momentum. Before, I was just like you guys. I could only concentrate or study for around 30 minutes to maybe around an hour. Then my productivity just decreases. So what I did is to take it slowly by increasing my study hours by 30 minutes per week. So if I started with 30 minutes a day for a week, then next week I should study 1 hour per day. Then the succeeding week I should study for 1 hour and 30 minutes per day, and so on. Building momentum helps you to be able to start slowly and slowly challenge yourself without burning yourself out compared if today you decided to do a whole 8 or 9 hour of studying marathon. Next tip is effective planning. One of the backbones to be more productive is effective planning. Effective planning means how you plan out your day, and there are loads of ways, of course, to plan out your day. Some people may like time blocking, some may just like the good old-fashioned to-do list, some may only like monthly planning, others may like weekly planning or daily planning, or some may like a mix of both. So whatever style you like, you must always make the planning work for you, and that means less aesthetics to how your planning looks like and more efficiency and organization. Since after all, we are not going to hang these planning sheets of ours to a museum, rather we will use these to help us set up our productivity for success. For me, I use both a monthly and weekly layout on my personal planner, and if you haven't checked it out, I will just leave a link to the video in the description box and somewhere in this video. Before making a to-do list, I would look through my monthly planner and see which tasks are coming up and prioritizing them first. I would then split those tasks into subtasks so I can track how much progress I am making in each task, and it also does not overwhelm me compared to writing it as one task. So example would be, instead of just writing study for math test, make subtasks on how will you study for the math test. Like you may put one subtask as practice sheet, another one may be make summary sheets, another one may be watching YouTube videos. Not only would creating subtasks help you plan out how you will tackle the task, but it will also not overwhelm you, and you will be more satisfied when seeing how much progress you are making, and who doesn't feel good about checking things off? My next tip is to have a structured routine. Having a routine helps make life simpler because your brain will automatically know what to do for the day. So I suggest creating a study routine so that it won't be hard for you to force yourself to study. You can make a study routine where you try to get yourself ready for studying, then proceed to actual studying, then pamper or reward yourself after studying for a job well done. You can also check out my previous video on how my study routine looks like. Fourth is to regulate your task. Now, regulating your task is very important as this can make or break your productivity and study hours. Too many tasks to accomplish can overwhelm you, and as a result, you may procrastinate on your task and not get anything done. If all your tasks are too hard, then this can either overwhelm you or exhaust you, and in short, this can decrease your motivation to study, and this would also exhaust you to the point you would procrastinate a lot on the task or even take a super long break. I suggest having a mix of easy and hard tasks for each day and have a realistic number of tasks you want to complete each day. That way, you won't be overwhelmed and exhausted since the number of tasks are just right and there is the right amount of difficulty for the task. You can do the hard ones first, then you can relax by doing the easy task, or you can start with the easy task to help yourself get into the study grind, and then once you are so into the study grind, you can already start doing the hard task. My fifth tip is breaks. There is no way you can study every day for 8 hours straight with no breaks. You are just gonna end up burning yourself out to the point you will procrastinate on studying for tomorrow or even for that week. Take frequent breaks to re-energize yourself. You can take breaks after finishing one hard task, or you can take breaks by following the Pomodoro method. Now recently, I want to share that I have been doing the animedoro method, and this is essentially where you study for around 40 to 60 minutes and then you take a break by watching one episode of anime. What I did, instead of studying for 40 to 60 minutes, I finished one task since most of my tasks takes around 2 to 3 hours to finish, and then I reward myself by watching one Chinese drama episode. So note that you don't have to just watch anime even though it's called animedoro. You can watch any video, whether that be K-drama, C-drama, YouTube video, and so on, as long as the video isn't longer than an hour. And that way, as you are watching your favorite video, you have enough time to relax and re-energize compared to only having 5-minute breaks after 25 minutes of work using the Pomodoro method. Now, just make sure you actually get back to studying after finishing watching one video and not to proceed to watch other videos, or else it will be called procrastination. My last tip is to clear out all distractions. One thing that can affect your study hours and productivity is distractions. If a distraction suddenly pops out during your study time, then your concentration will go down and you will not be able to do your work properly, and you may end up not even studying after the distraction pops out. Common distractions can be gadgets such as iPad, phones, where you have distracting apps, noise coming outside if you live in a busy area, or even notifications coming from the device you are using to study with. What I do is I normally turn on Do Not Disturb on my iPad and use the turkey blocker on my Mac to block distracting apps and websites. That way, when I use my devices for studying, there can be no distractions that will suddenly pop out and affect my productivity and studying. And those are all my tips on how you can be able to study longer and be more productive. So I hope you all enjoyed this video and found this useful. If you do, please give this a thumbs up and do subscribe to be the first to be notified of my future videos. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!